Hello YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez and you're watching my YouTube channel, The Teenage Movie Critic, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, everybody. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a tier list. I know I did one last time, but honestly, I do not feel like doing a ranking. Tier lists sound a lot easier, and tier lists are a lot more funner than just having to rank things in a certain order. But today we're going to be doing a tier list of the Mission Impossible films. That's right, I've been pretty excited for doing this list because I love Mission Impossible, and to do it one final time, possibly, I'm excited to do this. So let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to kick things off starting with Mission Impossible 1 from May 22nd, 1996. I know the exact date because they actually make a joke about that in the new one. And with the first film, you know, I don't have too much to say about it just because I don't really remember it all that much. And considering that, you know, the other Mission Impossible movies, they're, you know, bigger, they're more expansive, they're more action-packed. This one, you know, Ethan Hunt doesn't even shoot a gun in this film. And he's more of just a spy, and he's done all these incredible things, and even that one sequence where he's like hanging for his life and he can't let a drop of sweat do something. It's like, it is on the edge of your seat, so I'll give it for that. But honestly, that's like the only thing that I can really remember from this movie. So overall, I'm going to put this one in the C category. And on to the second one, which I kind of think is the weakest in the franchise, but if you have the weakest in your franchise, you're kind of doing something good for that matter. But with the second film, you know, it's directed by John Woo, so when it comes to the gunfights and stuff, it was really cool. But it kind of does a lot of different stuff, but I'm not even sure if I like it or not. Because it's like, even from what I remember, I'm like, wait, there's a lot of sexualizing in this movie. And there's also like a lot of gun humor and jokes. It's like, it doesn't really know what kind of tone it's trying to be. It's a very weird Mission Impossible film, and even some of the special effects in it are a little bit weird. So I'm gonna put this one in the C tier as well, just because it's kind of enjoyable, but it is the weakest film in the franchise, but not by much. But then we get to Mission Impossible 3, and this is the one where I started to actually kind of get some faith on this franchise, to where I'm like, okay, this is actually kind of cool, to where you're kind of exploring the history of, oh, sorry, I gotta take a drink. To where we're like exploring Ethan Hunt's past with Philip Seymour Hoffman, but at the same time we're getting like the mask reveal stuff. He's like sneaking into places, pretending to be someone else. He's, you know, and this is kind of where, you know, the crew kind of started with Ving Rhames and Benji, Luther and Benji, and then of course you get the amazing stunt where he like parachutes off somewhere, and so it's like, it's really cool. So overall, I think, and then of course it kind of ends with him like fighting Philip Seymour Hoffman, and I think killing him as well. So I'm like, yeah, this movie is just badass. So I personally really liked it. It's not the best one, but I really do enjoy that one. Then we have Mission Impossible 4. This is one that I personally I thought this was a great movie. Me personally, Mission Impossible 3 was the one that could get me hooked on these movies. And Mission Impossible 4 was the one where I'm like, yep, I'm hooked. I'm officially hooked. I want more films like this, to where the world is going to end and we're going to have a fun batch of characters pretending to be someone else, making masks for other people, shooting people, punching people in the face, and we're going to do all that with excellence, with an amazing cast of characters. And then also pulling off fantastical stunts that are real, where you have Tom Cruise climbing this building with sticky gloves, but one of them falls off and then he kind of falls almost to his death, and then his line isn't long enough. So it's like, that's what's brilliant about the stunt. It's like, it's what makes it so perfect is that it's imperfect nature, and this is the definition of that. So I'm like, I personally loved it. And then, of course, just the rest of the movie is great. And the way it accomplished the mission. And honestly, this whole movie just feels satisfying. It's like you complete the mission, you're on the edge of your seat the entire time. And you like the team dynamic. And then at the same time, like, you're satisfied with what happens at the end. So I'm like, this is a fantastic way to do a film. And then even then, the girl in here, I liked Jeremy Renner's character. I thought he was fun. I thought the girl in here, I forgot her name, but she is gorgeous. I kind of wish she came back. But yeah, she was great. So I'm going to put this one in the A tier as well. And then we have Mission Impossible 5, which for some reason a lot of people praise because it's like known to have like a really good like sequence. Coming off Mission Impossible 4, I was very excited for this one. It definitely has some clever scenes, There's like this thing with like this anti-IMF and stuff like that. And there's all these people going after Tom Cruise or Ethan Hunt. And there's some exciting sequences. There's some fun gunplay, especially in the opera sequence. I thought was pretty cool. And then you get introduced to LaFrost, or whoever that girl's name is. I forgot her name. She was really cool, and she's gorgeous as well. And I thought they pulled it off, but for some reason, there was something that just felt kind of off about it. That I'm like, I loved what we got. I like the character chemistry. I like Alec Baldwin's character and how prestigious he is, and then he kind of joins the team in the next one. But it's almost like, I really don't know how I feel about this one. It's like, it's very good, but it's not like perfect to me. It's not amazing. I didn't have that same level of energy that Mission Impossible 4 gave me. So I'm going to put this one in the B category. It's still very good, but not my favorite. And then we get Mission Impossible 3, Mission Impossible 6, Fallout. And I think that this is one of the best Mission Impossible films we've ever gotten. Personally, what this film was able to accomplish is really of course, the story here, it's pretty simple in that, it's another world-ending threat. We need to stop a bomb. We need to stop this Incrodium or whatever it is. And I think of all the Mission Impossible films, for me, this film really sets up everything that it's able to accomplish, from doing epic stunts, motorcycle chases, helicopter fights. You even get like a fight scene in the bathroom. You get all the action in here is just so good. But at the same time, like, all the character dynamics are great. I liked Vanessa Kirby in here and Angela Bassett. I loved Henry Cavill in here. But also, like, even the sound design of everything from the motorcycles to the vehicles, everything sounds so great. And even, like, the texture of color scheme in every single scene feels great and dynamic. So, like, everything in this movie just feels fresh, feels brand new, and has unique, distinct vibe to it. And so, overall, I think that this one just truly mastered in how to do great texture on story, great texture on locations, but at the same time, doing great action sequences and delivering possibly the most entertaining Mission Impossible film yet, while telling a good story too, and developing characters. So I thought this film was fantastic. So I'm going to put this one in the A tier as well. Easily the best Mission Impossible film. And then we have Dead Reckoning Part 1, or as Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, just Dead Reckoning. I have to say, I kind of went back and forth on this one, whether I like Fallout or Dead Reckoning more. And I am going to go with Fallout still, because I think it, once again, It mastered how to do action sequences and stunts and chemistry, characters, and story. Dead Reckoning, the story feels very familiar, even though it's familiar, even feels very like formulaic, but familiar. But that's what makes it a little bit more memorable and a lot more unique, and that every single set piece, the movie doesn't really need a whole lot of like hand-to-hand combat fight scenes. It's able to just like have all the sense of tension throughout all these different sequences, and it is masterfully done, so perfect. Like the whole airport sequence, we're going from an airport, we're trying to get to Grace, we meet Grace, we're trying to get this away from this key, we're trying to get away from this cops, and the whole sequence is executed so well. And then we get into this car chase with Grace and Ethan, which like as you are like chained, they're like handcuffed to each other, and I'm like, oh, this is so much fun, but it's genius. And then of course like the entire stunt of him riding a motorcycle off a cliff, and then you get the whole train sequence where everything is like falling down and we're kind of like floating, and Grace and everybody's trying to like get down, and I'm like, oh, this is so powerful, this is so great. And I'm like, this is like the best action movie I've ever seen, and best stunt action movie I've ever seen. This is like perfect. So I would say that this movie is very entertaining for action rather than really like basic storytelling. Mission Impossible Fallout does the rest of all of that, but this one, it like knocks it out of the park with action and its delivery of that. So I'm gonna put this one in the A tier as well. And then finally we have The Final Reckoning, which I think is another great Mission Impossible film. It's very talky, but it's got some good action sequences. It's got incredible stunts and sequences. It's got an incredible score for every single scene, and it's a great homage to all 8 films. So I'll put this one in the A tier as well. And there you go. That is my ranking of all 8 Mission Impossible films. Should you choose to accept it. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my list. Breaking down my list. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.